Hi everybody, it's Cindy, the Scrapologist on Etsy. I'm so excited to show you what I have found. I found so many treasures for the March Junk Journal kit, and I'm just going to show you a few little sneak peeks of what is going to be in the March kit because I'm still putting it together. I went out with my husband. We have a 150-year-old house that we're restoring, and actually we have been finding, I had to go get it, we have been finding some absolutely fantastic things in our attic. We've been pulling up the floorboards. This is dated 1899. Somebody here was learning how to do bookkeeping, and this is just one example of some of the fantastic things we've found in the house. Here's another, right here. Property of J.M. Bledhill, and this is an introductory ledger, and it's how to keep a budget. The date on the top of this is 1899. Isn't that so cool? But my husband won't let me junk journal these, so I'm gonna have to figure out what to do with them. But anyway, in the meantime, we are going out to estate sales and antique shops and Goodwill and you name it, and we're trying to find real vintage things for our home to keep it looking original. And the whole time I'm concentrating more on junk journaling than I am on our house. So I'm finding some really incredible treasures to put in your kit. So let me go ahead and get started. The first thing is I always like to include some buttons in your kit. Let me try to get the shine off of there. There are some beautiful vintage buttons in here. I can see there's a little pink one that looks like a little clamshell, and these 1950s buttons that we see all over the place, and some that look like roses. They're just beautiful. I have a button fetish. I have a hard time putting these in the kits because I want to keep them all. I have, you should see, hold on, let me get it. Okay, I have about 5 of these big mason jars full of vintage buttons. They're just so beautiful. I don't know what it is about buttons. So I have a hard time giving these up, but I'm going to do it for you all. I'm going to break this up into a pack and give you some real vintage buttons. Oh look, there's one that looks like a little red star. So these are just incredible. Okay, you're probably not as excited about buttons as I am. I love buttons. Okay, the other thing I found was a few National Geographics. These are from the 1920s. And back in the 1920s, they were still in black and white. But they have just gorgeous images in them. And everybody's going to get a folded page. So you'll have two, you'll have basically a signature. You'll have 2 of the National Geographic pages. I'm going to get this apart. Here, let me make that more clear. So everybody will be getting one signature, which is one of these from the National Geographic. I'm sorry to entice you, but I'm keeping this Campbell's Soup one for myself for the journal that I'm going to make. I love that image. So beautiful. Okay, the other thing that I found were these needlecraft magazines from the 1940s. Just really cool. Again, still in black and white, but there's nothing wrong with black and white. They look great in a vintage journal, and vintage is what I specialize in. So everybody will get at least one page from one of these Home Arts Needlecraft. Beautiful magazines from 1940. Now, my next thing me just go ahead and put my bag up here. My bag of goodies. You're just not going to believe everything I found. Okay, look at this. Look at this stack of postcards. Beautiful. These are all from the 1920s, and they're primarily, I live in Maine, and most of these seem to be from Massachusetts. There's Cambridge. Look at how gorgeous these are. This is the Berkshires. Some of them are have writing on the back and some don't. There's a couple in here that have, I think you can see that have glitter on them, which is kind of unusual. This is King's Chapel in Boston, the Museum of Fine Arts in Boston. Oh, the Old Man of the Mountain in New Hampshire, the White Mountains of New Hampshire. I'm keeping this one, sorry guys. He crumbled, he fell, they tried to preserve him forever, and he crumbled and fell to the ground. I was so sad when that happened. I'm going to set that one aside. Look at how beautiful this one is. They just don't make things like this anymore. Here's another thing from New Hampshire. Well, here's a Connecticut one. So anyway, everybody's going to get a vintage postcard from the 1920s. The next thing that I found, the next treasure, this was just, we found a new place and we're just in love with this new place. Okay, these are the Collector's Cookbook. And these are from the 1960s. Everybody's going to get one. And apparently what they did was they had just a little, I don't know if you pulled these out of a magazine. That's what oh yeah, Woman's Day. It was probably in Woman's Day magazine as an insert, and you pull them out, and every one of these is a different subject. So we've got Frankfurters, here's holiday favorites, appetizers, dips, and other taste teasers, and look at the artwork on them. They're just so much fun with the recipes inside. So everybody's going to get one of these booklets. Okay, that's not all. Then I found this vintage box of Easy Money from Milton Bradley Company. And I don't know that I found a date on these. I don't think there's a date on this particular one, but it certainly is old. Everybody's going to get a couple of these little things of easy money, of play money from an old vintage game. And maybe one of these, I don't know if I have enough. These are give or take cards. This was from some game. Almost seems like an old, like the first Monopoly. So those will be in the kit. And then this was very cool. I'm going to have a hard time breaking this up, but this is a train stub book that the conductor used to, here, let me find a good page. So the conductor would go around and sell you a ticket, and the ticket stub was on this half. He'd rip it off. I wish the whole thing would, wish this was whole, but it's not. But this is the engine number, the engineer, any remarks, but these are dated 1915, and everybody's going to get one of these stubs. So, I have many more exciting things to show you eventually, but I can't give it all away in one video. But this March kit is going to be absolutely exciting. So click down below and subscribe and hit like so that you don't miss any of the videos. I'm not sure when this kit is going to be released yet, so you want to keep track on through my YouTube videos or my Facebook channel, so that I'm only going to have maybe 15 to 20 of these kits. So you want to make sure you don't miss any of the videos. Okay, well, thanks for hanging out with me and seeing all my exciting finds. I hope that you find some treasure yourself, and I'll see you soon. Bye!